Hello, my internet friends. My name is KatieOB10, and welcome to my Week 7 commentary for Dance with the Stars Season 22. Before I get started, I just want to briefly tell you guys about my experience at Comic-Con this past weekend. I never thought I would have the chance to be able to attend one, and going this year was incredible. My friends and I got to see a screening of Deadpool, which was awesome considering I didn't get the chance to see it when it was still in theaters. By the way, it was outrageously hilarious. And on Saturday, I got the opportunity to meet Leah Thompson, who most of you would remember from Dance with Artem back in season 19. I was excited and nervous at the same time, and I was seriously shaking, but she spoke to me with grace and sincerity. She was just a gem, and I made her laugh a couple of times. At the end of my time, she got out of her seat and hugged me, and that's something I'll always remember. She was one of my icons growing up, and getting that chance to see her in real life was an unbelievable moment. Speaking of icons, this week's theme on Dance with the Stars was Icons Night, and I still believe it's the same concept as famous dances. Tomato, tomato. We had team dances that consisted of boys against girls, and of course, the cringeworthy, heart-racing, unexpected double elimination. So let's recall the good, the bad, and the double goodbyes. Jody and Keo kicked off the night to a classic by Stevie Wonder. This was a lively performance. In the beginning, though, I noticed they were out of sync, but that would probably be due to Jody's shoulders. But I give her praise for pushing through. They had so much energy in their quick step. The Charleston moves were on point. This was the first time that I think they were both comfortable in a routine. I want to see more of what they can do. Girl slay! Kim nailed that samba. She's a sassy lady, and this dance fit her perfectly. And when they got to the breakdown of the song and went dark for their neon colors show, hot damn, that was incredible. Her tongue sneaking out a couple of times was cute. The hip action was great. And honestly, I forgot how ripped Sasha is. I wish I could be a celebrity so that I could compete on the show and dance with him. I'm about the same height as Sasha, so there'd be no problems. But there's no question about it. Other than her Facts of Life foxtrot, this was my favorite performance from Kim Fields. A smash hit from YouTube with a foxtrot? That seems like a difficult task, but Niall and Pete proved themselves this week. The whole bullshit about his comments last week were taken out of context. I want Niall to feel inspired to be as great as a professional dancer. He should not be shamed for expressing his thoughts. The delivery in this routine was phenomenal. The churns, the elegance, his ass, it was all spectacular. I want to talk about the scores. This is the second time they fucked up on it, and I think it's bullshit. He is one of the best dancers we have left in this competition, but it seems like this show is trying to get rid of him or something. I hope they don't succeed in that, because I will be severely pissed. Ugh, Antonio. Out of the men left, he's the weakest one. Out of everyone else, he's still the weakest one. In the beginning, I saw the cloaks, and I'm just like, is this a cult? Are we sacrificing the judges? And then his eyes. Oh my fucking god, his eyes were creeping me out. It reminded me of Tamar Braxton last season with her eyes, the deer in the headlights bullshit. Okay, Katie, say something nice about this. Well, I thought Sharna was fantastic. There was plenty of mistakes, and like Carrie had stated, he needs to finish his moves. His coach not supporting Antonio is kind of interesting, so I wonder what goes on the field. He's not my cup of tea. Simple as that. I love Wanye, but this was not up to par with past performances. This probably had something to do with his prior engagements with Boyz II Men. He lost time for rehearsals with his solo and the group number. This lacked the spark I love from him. I felt they played it safe. I wanted more out of it. He got great scores, but I think it was a tad bit overscored for something I don't think was truly one of his best. We all know how electrifying Wanye can be, and we all know he could do so much better than that performance. I'm going to be the buzzkill and say that I don't think Ginger really deserved the first perfect score. I think it's the producers that pushes for her to get a great score because of their partnership with Good Morning America. Well, other than that, and being an employee of ABC, but you get what I mean. Sure, her lines were lovely, and she had grace, and the musicality was on point, but I just feel so underwhelmed with Ginger. This show is trying so damn hard to make Val the new Derek, and it annoys the fuck out of me. I don't want to get too worked up into this, so I'll just leave it at that. Now, this was the kind of thing I was somewhat expecting, but not really with Vaughn. He made it his own. It was cheesy and goofy. This was the right thing for him. The lifts were great. Whitney did a great job on her part. Vaughn delivered it the best he could. Simple as that. I don't really like using the term yas, but yas! 4 pages red hot jive. This was sexy, smoking, and on fire. The steps, the kicks, the flicks, the sass, the attitude, I loved every fucking thing about it. Out of all the girls left, Paige is the strongest one. She amazes me every time I see her. I fall in love with her each week. She has the capacity and the potential to be in the top 3. Or, better than that, the high chance of winning the show. I'm gonna keep the team dances short and simple. The guys were better than the girls. End of story. Oh my god, the double elimination was tough. And losing Kim and Sasha and Vaughn and Whitney was even worse. I liked both of these pairings for different reasons. But let's all be candid. Wanye and Jeopardy? What the actual fuck was that? Last week it was Paige, and this week was him? Are you fucking serious? Are you trying to make the viewers pissy with this bullshittery? But moving on to our eliminated couples. Kim Fields was wonderful, but she was underrated and started to become forgettable. This was her time to go, respectively. I'm going to miss her. Oh, and ABC? You better fucking put Sasha Farber as a pro for next season, or we're going to seriously have some problems. He is a great choreographer, and he has a lot more to offer than some of the male dancers that have been around for a long time do. And dear, sweet Von Miller, our Super Bowl MVP, he was my favorite out of the football guys. I don't think this was his time to leave us. I think he had another week or 2 left in him. Antonio should have went home, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I'll get my damn wish next week. Never stop being you, Vaughn. Whitney, I hope you come back next season and bring us the spark that we missed out of all of you. You're somewhat becoming the female Mark Ballas. But alas, I bid Kim Fields and Von Miller a bittersweet adieu. I didn't pay attention to what the theme is for next week, but I'm sure it's something we've already done before and not necessarily needed. So sound off in the comments below. What did you guys think of this week's episode? How did you feel about the double elimination? Who do you think should go home next week? If you guys enjoyed this week's review, give it a like. And if you're new to my channel and want to hear more content in the future, you're welcome to subscribe. Until next time, take care everybody.